got your luck. It's like I'm losing control myself. You make a mess of me. I don't care that you say that I'm a bad girl, 'cause I gotta do, oh I gotta do, yeah, what I feel like. Well, I don't care if you think that I'm a bad, bad girl. I just wanna do what I wanna do to feel my desires. I'm feeling like no.
Welcome to 80,000.
I'm your host, Moses Newsom.
And I'm your host, Big Steph Stefano Lewis in the building.
Are you living for 80 years, or do you want to take your legacy and your impact well beyond 80,000 years?
Let's find out.
Today's guest is a true force of style and sophistication.
Okay.
Hailing from Hampton, Virginia, she's a fashion enthusiast and a fragrance connoisseur with a creative visionary.
7'5".
She's a talent for turning ideas into unforgettable experiences.
Yes.
As a proud Warwick High School graduate and a Norfolk State alumni,
yes,
with the BA in Fine Arts and Apparel Design Merchandising.
Well, talk about it.
She spent the last 8 years mastering the art of event planning,
yes,
blending experience,
yes,
creativity,
yes,
and an eye for detail that's second to none.
I love it.
From curating fashion-forward looks to creating memorable, scent-inspired events, she's proof that style isn't just what you wear, it's the experience that you live. So please give a warm welcome to none other than Kina Owens. Let's go. Welcome to the show.
Amazing.
Glad to have you here.
Glad to have you. What's up, Kina? Pink Chyna. Pink Chyna in the building.
Got the blazer going on. Smelling good.
Smelling real good, man.
Woo. Smell good.
Listen. When she came in the building,
yes, she did.
You know what I'm saying? Fragrance.
Well, welcome to the show, 80,000. We're glad to have you here. How was the trip over?
It was cool.
Very good, very
Traffic
good.
was a little crazy, but
yeah, it always is. I be telling him, he don't believe me. That's crazy.
You don't be leaving early enough. That's the problem with you.
You have to leave early.
You gotta give yourself time.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Hey, I said I was gonna leave 30 minutes early. I'm gonna start leaving 45 minutes early.
Please do, brother.
Crazy.
Please do.
The traffic is crazy.
Yes, sir.
Well, welcome to 80,000. We wanna we are so honored and we are so proud to have you here.
Absolutely.
And it is my honor to see you here. I haven't seen you in a very long time, but we came up together just a little bit in the ranks with the clubs and stuff like that.
For sure.
And actually, I started out a lot of celebrity bodyguarding at Ray's when we used to work at Ray's, and so we want to start with a little icebreaker. And when I first met you, you was the finest thing in Ray's, and everybody wanted you.
Really?
Everybody wanted you. It was one of those things that would just went. It was said without being said. You know, everybody wanted you. All the dudes be talking about, man, look, she is so fine. She is so good. You know what I'm saying? And I remember my first day at Ray's working, and I don't know if you remember this, but I sat at the bar and talked to you for like 45 minutes before you.
I definitely.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember.
Who can forget that?
And we talked for a very, very long time. And man, I was like, yo, and she smelled good back then, Moses. I mean, goodness gracious.
I can only imagine.
Our icebreaker is going to be pickup lines, because you did used to be a bartender. You do smell good. You are a beautiful, beautiful young lady.
Thank you.
Pickup lines. What's some of the worst? Name the 5 worst pickup lines.
Woo! 5 worst pickup lines.
Pickup lines.
Gosh.
Like what's
fellas,
up? What's
learn
up?
from this.
And learn from this, fellas. 5 worst pickup lines. All right.
I've heard, "Are your feet tired?"
Are your feet tired?
You've been running through my mind all day.
Oh my God.
Running through my mind all day. Oh my God.
I love it. I love it. I've
Okay.
used that one time before. Yeah, go ahead.
Don't do that.
Go
Gosh.
Go ahead.
I don't know.
My favorite go-to, Moses, my favorite go-to is, oh my God, Chyna, did you hurt? Are you okay? Because I know that had to hurt when you fell out of heaven.
Oh God.
Oh man, that's the corniest of all corniest. Never use that, fellas. Never.
Hey, it's worked a couple of times.
Oh God.
It's worked a couple of times. All right, so what? I guess a lot of guys come to you and say, you know, of course, are you single? You hear that?
I do get that a lot.
All right, now, whether you were in a relationship or not, a lot of times you say, I am. All right. So what bothers you the most? A guy that keeps on, you know what I'm saying, pressuring you, or just leaves it alone? What bothers you the most?
I would say the pressure.
The pressure.
I would say the pressure because, if I tell you that I'm in a relationship,
Right.
leave it alone.
Yeah, keep it moving.
Keep it moving.
Be respectful.
Right.
But if I tell you I'm single, then put some pressure to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If I'm single, I'm ready to mingle.
So okay. So women don't mind pressure if you're single.
Yeah, we don't. We invite it.
Really?
There you go.
Really? That's a good perspective on it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
But it still has to be respectful pressure.
It has to be respectful
absolutely,
pressure.
absolutely,
For sure.
yeah.
For
So I
sure.
mean, when you think about a guy getting, either he's going to get the signals or he's not going to get the signals.
Yeah.
If he keep pushing and she wants the pressure, you still got to have a level of respect on how they talk to you and the eloquence in how they talk in their verbiage. So guys, don't think what she's saying. If they're saying they're single, don't think you can just go in there and just be crazy with it.
Right.
But you got to have some style with it still.
You gotta have some style with it, and you gotta wait for the green light.
You gotta wait for the green light.
Yeah, you gotta wait for the green light. A little flirt, a little touch.
Yeah.
Something,
Okay.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, now and this is, and we gonna go on with the show. Within the first 5 minutes of conversation with a man, do you know whether or not you're gonna be with him or not?
Absolutely.
You do within the first 5 minutes, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's some buying signals? I love
well,
this.
for me, it's
Okay.
the approach.
Really?
approach,
Okay.
Yeah,
It's their approach.
how he
Okay.
approached me.
Wow.
If it's disrespectful, no.
Gotcha.
But if
That's
it's
automatically a deal
respectful-
breaker if he does it. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
If he's
Gotcha.
respectful, and it depends on the environment as well.
Really?
Right.
But if the approach is respectful, and you're a decent looking man.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So some attraction there as well, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Can he holler at you at church?
Absolutely.
He can holler at you at church. Okay, but it's got to be a different approach, right?
Got to be a different approach. You can even lean in with the church hug. How you doing?
Right.
Today,
Okay.
Oh, that's respect. That's
so
respect.
yeah,
Respect that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna move on with our first question. What first sparked your passion for fashion and fragrance?
Yes.
I'll start with my passion for fashion.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I can remember being a little girl
Uh-huh.
and my grandmother with furs, wigs, makeup, jewelry. I'm 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
old. And whenever she would leave the room, the first thing I would do is play in her jewelry.
Wow.
Or, put on her little bob wig. Or,
Wow.
little
Right.
lipstick and blush. They had powder sponges then.
Yeah.
I would just play in my grandmother's clothing.
Right.
And then when I got a little older, my mother got into a relationship with my stepdad. He raised me since I was 7.
Right.
Beautiful.
And he spoiled her to death with dresses and jewelry,
Wow.
and shoes and fragrances, and so I saw that. And when I got a little older, I was able to kind of fit my mom's stuff. So
Okay.
she had nice, fancy stuff. And, I'm 13, 14, dresses,
Right.
heels, jewelry.
And you jump right. You.
I jumped right into it.
Did she catch you at any time?
She-
Like,
right, I know.
She gave me the green light. Go.
She gave you the green light. That's
Okay.
dope.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope.
And then my aunties were all fly.
yeah.
And if my aunties couldn't fit something, jackets, shoes, they gave it to me.
Gave it to
Really?
you.
Yeah, I was in high school. I was a force to be reckoned with.
Did you get best dressed in high school?
I did not.
Okay.
I got best smile though.
You got
I-
best smile.
I got best
Okay.
smile.
You got a pretty
There you go.
smile. She
There
got
you
a
go.
pretty smile. Yes.
There you
yes.
go.
That's
Yes.
dope.
So how did that? So you start wearing your mom's clothes and jewelry. How did that start to make you feel in terms of who you were and what you wanted to represent, what you wanted to be at that point? I know you were young.
Yeah.
But how did that start to cultivate who you are personally?
Well, first it made me feel great.
Okay.
It made me feel like a superstar in a sense.
Wow.
And people will always compliment my style.
Yeah.
And from there, actually, I started sewing and making
Really?
clothes. Yes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And what age was that?
Oh gosh, 13,
13?
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did the two? So that's interesting. So the fashion piece and then also dressing and the jewelry. How did that all top? What made you say, "Hold on, I need to start making clothes"? Because a lot of times girls start off there wear the clothes, but it's not till later
Yeah.
where they start to realize, "Hold on, let me start showing my creativity."
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that? So
Well, I wanted to be different in
Okay.
a sense. I wanted
there you go.
some things that I didn't see in stores. You know, maybe I wanted to add a little pink here, a little lace there, a little velvet, you know. So my dad bought me a sewing machine. He saw how I would just take things.
Right.
And just be creative.
Yeah.
A t-shirt with some jeans or a skirt. And he bought me my first sewing machine around 13.
Wow.
And then I would use like some old curtains or like a bed sheet with a pattern to it. And I would just like cut stuff up and just put it together. I remember sitting on my porch with a mannequin at 13 with a mannequin, and I'm pinning stuff and, you know, kind of like putting things together for a vision, and neighbors would be like, "Oh, that's kind of cool.
Like, what's that? What's going on?
Can you make me something? Can you add this to my shirt? Can you?" Yeah, and it started from there.
Wow.
Yeah, it started from me just wanting to be different and like my creative sense of style. You know?
So now your mom and your dad who raised you, when they saw all of this start to transpire, what was their input? Were they like, hold on, maybe we need to put some more resources? How are they interacting in terms of you bringing the style and fashion together? What did that look like?
My parents definitely put resources behind what I wanted to do.
That's dope.
If it was something that I saw and I wanted to make, my dad would take me to the fabric store.
Yeah. So hold on, were you upset that Joanne Fabric shut down?
I was livid.
Oh my wife was too. Oh, she went crazy when Joanne Fabric shut down. Oh my God.
How y'all do that?
Yeah.
I grew up going to Joanne's Fabric.
Man.
I was in college in Joanne's Fabric, getting fabric to make dresses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that transition work for you in terms of, you know, Joanne shut down, but you still have this passion? How did you move on from that?
Just found other resources.
Okay.
Yeah. Nowadays, you know, you can click a couple buttons and order things from all over the world.
And that could honestly be one of the reasons Joanne shut down, because everything's internet. I mean, you can get fabric anywhere in the world now.
Yeah.
Maybe even cheaper sometimes too.
Absolutely.
So cool, dope. So you're 13 years, this around 13 years old, 14 years old. So now you're about to go into high school, right? Warwick High. What was that experience like? Who did you influence? And tell me what that transition was like going into high school with all these things bubbling up. Because I'm going to be honest with you, at that age, I don't know many girls who would have had that ingenuity and that eye at such a young age to be able to go in the fashion world. How did that look going into high school? Did people immediately notice?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. I remember being 13, starting ninth grade, and my fashion was pretty cool.
Okay.
I was having a party. Actually, I was turning 13. And I remember saying to myself, this day, I'm going to put on like a cute outfit and I'm going to invite everybody to my party.
Right.
I'm a freshman. I don't know many
House
people.
party or?
House party.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I never forget, I put on some jeans, some cute little loafers, a white shirt, and a vest. And my vest had anything you could find in like a medicine cabinet. It was like toothpaste, like it was just kind of funky.
Creative,
but it was creative.
Yeah.
I made it.
That's dope.
And I loved it. So I was like, I'm going to wear something like really cool, and I'm just going to invite everybody to my party.
Yep.
Hopefully they'll think I look cool.
Right.
And I'll never forget, I went up to this girl. She was older, she's probably a junior. I knew her from like the neighborhood.
Yep.
And I'm like, hey, I'm having a party tonight and you're invited. And she's like, why are you telling me?
What?
Okay, whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, my little feelings was hurt.
Okay.
Kept going, kept inviting people.
Yep.
Whatever, it is what it is. By the end of the school day, she came to me and was like, Kina, everybody's talking about your party. I'm coming to your party.
Yes.
My party was so packed.
Really?
People were lined up outside the door. When people came out, then my parents would let somebody in.
Okay, so your parents were there. They weren't like they just left and said, go ahead.
My parents were super strict.
Okay.
You know, but they were cool and lenient at the same time. You know, I couldn't go to anybody else's house party, but I could have a house party and y'all can come party with me. You know, but I'll never forget that.
Wow.
Yeah, and that gave me a little popularity.
I was about to ask you, how did that change your social life?
Changed my social life tremendously.
Okay.
And also, I played the violin.
Wow.
I played the violin in middle school and high school. And then my junior and senior year of high school, I was on the dance team.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I had a few things.
So you were
going
busy.
on. I was busy,
Wow.
but it was like all things creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to be a part, and I wanted to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's
So
dope.
fast forward to going to Norfolk State University. Okay. Norfolk State University. And you had some experiences with apparel design and merchandising at Norfolk State. Walk through us that experience as far as your experience at Norfolk State University.
My experience at Norfolk State was amazing.
It was? Okay.
It took me 5 years to graduate.
Really?
Okay.
I should have graduated in 4.
Okay. Hey, but you graduated. That's the
But I
point.
did
Yeah.
graduate. I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
did. I started off making dresses for the department, the drama department.
Really?
At Norfolk State. Yeah, they would throw plays, and they would actually pay me
Really?
to make dresses.
So was that the first time you experienced commerce in terms of your art and being able to get money for your art?
Yes.
Okay. How did that feel?
Great.
Okay.
Great.
Talk to us about that. Talk to us about
Because
that.
I was able to buy more fabric.
There you go.
And, of course, I needed supplies for classes
Yeah.
and things like that.
Absolutely.
Honestly, people in my class would pay me to do their projects.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Like we had fashion merchandising classes, sewing classes, art classes, things like that. And I'll never forget, some people wanted to study fashion, but they didn't want to genuinely make clothes.
Right, right.
I genuinely wanted to make clothes.
Wow.
So we would have projects like we would have to sew a shirt or a vest and things like that. And people would be like, Kina, if I give you like $30, can you do my project? Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course, $30. I mean, that was a little bit of money. I could use that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started off like making a little bit of money.
Yeah.
Sewing projects for my classmates
Yep.
and making dresses for the drama department.
That's dope.
I made dresses for girls on campus for like cabarets and things like that the fraternities threw.
So how walk us through that process when.
Yeah.
In that request, did they have to give you a lot of information in terms of the colors and the styles of what they wanted, and how was that process in them making that order with you?
Yeah, definitely giving me an idea of the style that they wanted. But we just took a trip to the Joann's, a fabric store.
Yeah.
We picked out some pattern, thread, and fabric, and I made it happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now you starting to get business, and I'm sure word of mouth is getting around. How did that evolve at that point? Did you start to get more business, and how did you balance the two? Because you're still in school at this point.
Yeah, I'm still in school.
And you're now getting orders. How did you balance all of that in terms of growth and things like that?
I actually started doing more of styling instead of sewing.
Got it.
I would do every fashion show that Norfolk State had. Woo! Homecoming. I'll never forget, I did my own scene. That's what they would call it.
Okay.
So you would pick your group of models that will walk down the runway.
Okay. Talk it.
Yeah, you picked your music, your fashion, all of that good stuff. So I was in charge of doing my own scene.
Okay.
And I did an Egyptian scene.
Ooh,
and my
that sounds
mom
dope.
probably still has the VHS tape
Really?
to that fashion show. I need to see if I can find that.
That would be dope to see.
Yeah, but I designed all the costumes for the males and the females. I put my music together. I put all the routines together.
Wow.
Honestly, it was the best scene in that fashion show that year. I got a standing ovation.
Wow.
When I went on campus the next day, people were like, Kina, that scene was dope. I was just like, what? I didn't understand the impact. I was just being creative. I was just doing what I loved to do.
But it was your passion.
It was my passion.
What were like the conversations like with people in school at that point? Because I'm sure people were coming to you and bringing ideas or offers. What did that look like in that atmosphere at that point?
Definitely ideas. Anybody that did anything that had to do with fashion, fashion shows, styling, they wanted to include me.
Yeah.
And I was grateful, but I loved it.
Yeah.
That's what I loved to do.
Yeah.
And then I got into a position where I was able to start personally shopping for people.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that really didn't make money. So I kind of like shied away from it.
Right.
But I was grateful. Like, I can put some stuff together.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this late 90s? Late 90s?
This is
or early 2000s? I'm trying to imagine in my mind the time frame what was going on.
In between 2000, I graduated from work in 2000.
Okay.
I'm telling my age, but
no, you good. You good.
And I came out of Norfolk State in 05.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I just took the style and merchandising approach after that. One of my first merchandising jobs after Norfolk State was Abercrombie and Fitch.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I did the visual. I was a visual manager for the MacArthur Center location.
Really?
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How did that work?
Awesome.
Because, with Abercrombie and Fitch, I've heard times where people, brought some race things, related things in, and culture type things where there was some differences.
Yeah.
How did that work with your style and what you imagine in terms of their brand? Because when you think about Abercrombie and Fitch, I don't really associate that with our culture.
Yeah.
But how did you bring your taste into that?
I brought my taste into it just by kind of doing my own thing. Like,
Okay.
I would listen.
They gave you the freedom?
They gave me the freedom.
Okay, that's important.
We would get planograms and certain floor sets, but
Okay.
I put things together the way I saw it.
That's dope.
And I brought a lot of our culture into that store.
Oh, so that
I did. It's
because you didn't see a lot of a presence in our culture.
absolutely not.
Okay, got it.
But the clothes were amazing.
Right.
The quality, the fit.
Right.
Abercrombie and Fitch is a great brand.
Absolutely.
But
But bringing those two things together,
Yeah.
your vision and ideas took it to the next level.
yeah, I started hiring us.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah, let's
Wow.
get some visual merchandisers in here.
Wow.
that look
So,
like me.
You know what that reminds me of? Because when you think about Louis Vuitton and you think about Pharrell now and what he's doing for Louis Vuitton and his vision and the culture, he's bringing the culture in. Because at one point in time, let's be honest, Louis Vuitton had a lot of controversial things in the news.
Absolutely.
But for them to make that right chess move to bring such a icon like Pharrell and to change that whole outset, how did that resonate with you when you saw that shift, especially with Louis Vuitton?
Oh, I thought the shift was amazing.
Okay.
A lot of the times, and a lot of designers do not design for us. But we spend a lot of
Tommy
money with
Hilfiger.
them. Yeah, I used to wear Tommy back in the day. But I think they recognize how wonderful we represent their brands sometimes.
Yes, we
It
do.
just is what it is.
We do.
Dapper Dan took all that Louis Vuitton and
Oh,
Gucci
man.
and the way he put it together.
Yes, he
Man,
did.
yes,
Yes,
he
he
did.
did.
Who can do that?
Oh man,
So I think they started to recognize the talent and what we can bring to their brand.
yeah.
So that resonated very well with me. I thought it was a great collaboration. Looking at some of the pieces that
Oh, my
they
gosh.
worked together to design, amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And I love how the hip hop culture is
I was just about to say that.
how it's just how it meshes with the high end designer.
Yes.
How it's
It's
embracing.
amazing.
Yes.
It's amazing.
But you can't leave us out. You cannot leave us out.
You
And a lot of
cannot.
times we do get left out of things until they realize that, hold on, we can't do it without this community.
Our influence is crazy.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And that's one of the reasons why 80,000 is so important, especially in our community here.
I love it.
Because we want to bring entrepreneurs to the forefront. We want to let the world know. And I think the world knows that Virginia is talented when you think
Yeah.
about Missy Elliott, Timberland.
Absolutely.
But there's more than that.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of talent that's not being recognized
Absolutely.
in Virginia. And this is the platform to bring. Let's switch gears a little bit.
Sure.
You talked about your father, right? And you said he's not your biological father,
Yes.
but he raised you. Tell me a little bit. Have you met your real father?
Yeah, we're cool. We
Okay.
have a great relationship.
Okay.
But our relationship started when I was in my 30s.
Okay. So talk to us about, because I'm curious because a lot of times when people have passions and they have these ideas, a lot of times it comes from something within.
Yeah.
Something that they experienced from childhood that gave them inspiration. So talk to me a little bit about, the transition, your biological father versus your father who raised you since you were, 6 years old, 7 years old? 7 years old. how did that set with you? And tell me some of the things that you experienced and how's it impacted you now as an adult?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I couldn't understand why my real father was not around.
Okay.
Although I had a wonderful male influence that loved me, supported me, took care of me, but my real father wasn't there in the capacity that I would have liked, and I never understood it. Till this day I don't.
Right.
It was a huge impact.
Yeah.
On a relationship with my family, my other siblings, and things like that. I didn't grow up with them, so I'm getting to build these relationships as an adult.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to work it out.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of empathy, a little bit of sympathy. So we can start to build a relationship. But I didn't understand it. I still don't.
Yeah.
You have any grudges against him?
Oh, of course. Of course. Because I have 2 daughters. And there's no way in this world I would ever leave them. No. Those are my babies. Those are a reflection of me.
Yeah.
Even if the relationship does not work out, those are still your babies.
And that I hear what you're saying, because what you're saying is how you feel about your own children. Why didn't your father feel that way about you?
Yeah. Yeah.
And does it still bother you that you really haven't got closure to that?
I have closure.
Okay.
I do.
How did you get it? Did you go through therapy?
We had a conversation.
Okay, you did have a conversation.
Just he and I.
Okay.
And we talked for hours.
Okay.
And it had a great outcome because I went in with a certain mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you? How come you? I think when you have those open and honest conversations and you can kind of see a person, you're more willing to be forgiving.
Yeah.
And that's the heart that I had. I melted. It's my daddy.
Yeah.
So
did he, when you talk to him, first of all, is he are you the only child to your biological father?
No, there is 6 of us.
6, okay.
Yeah.
She just said she was making relationships with the brothers and sisters. You didn't know.
So the other siblings, did he raise them?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different relationship.
Okay.
I wasn't around when they were young. They're a lot younger than me. So when he started his family, I was already high school, college. Like I was growing up.
Yeah.
And they were younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you did finally get the opportunity to express yourself and sit down with your father, did he give you the space that you needed to have the closure you needed?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Absolutely. I couldn't have asked for a better conversation and a better space because it was just he and I. And we had a couple cocktails.
Okay.
So of course the raw emotion starts to flow. And you really start to like talk and be gut level honest and dig deep.
Right.
And I always wanted that.
Yeah.
And the fact that I got that at that time gave me closure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I could appreciate some of the things that he was going through.
Yeah.
I could appreciate the honesty of him telling me the type of person that he was and what he could not do or what he could do.
Right.
Did you learn something about him in that process that surprised you?
Yeah. That he always loved me. Because there were times where I didn't feel that way.
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
When I was going to prom and, he was absent, or I was dating my ex-husband at the time and he proposed, he wasn't there. So I didn't feel loved by him,
Wow.
And so to be in his presence and really like have that conversation and him like really open up and talk to me and really show me and tell me that, hey, I love you. I'm here.
Wow.
I'm sorry about the past, but I'm here now, and let me prove it to you. And he's done that.
Wow. And now, at what age did you guys sit down and have that conversation?
Oh, gosh. The first time we attempted, I may have been around 34. And then when we succeeded, 40.
Wow. I apologize. I'm actually getting emotional here. I didn't realize I would. I just need a second.
Of course.
The reason why I'm getting emotional is because when I hear about your situation, I'm thinking about my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's 14 years old. And I could not imagine in a million years taking myself away from her.
Absolutely.
So when you say the age, you said 30. When you
34.
I was 34. I had my first daughter.
First of all, I want to commend the father that raised you. Number one. Tell us a little bit about him.
Oh gosh. The most positive influence that I've ever had in my life. I was 7 when my mother and my stepfather met.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, the first time I saw him, I had never seen a man that looked like him.
Wow.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
He was very put together, very poised.
Okay.
Cool, laid back. He's Jamaican.
Okay.
So, I mean, Italian leather shoes, linen button-up shirt,
Wow.
dark slacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
One watch, 2 rings. I'll never forget. I was like,
Wow.
oh gosh, it's a nice looking man. And then he starts coming around and he's dating my mom. Honestly, my entire life changed.
In what way?
In a great way.
Okay.
You know, when my mom met my stepfather, we were living with my grandmother.
Okay.
And now we're in a house.
Wow.
Now my mother has a car. You know, we're shopping. We have new things.
Yeah.
You know, we were never hungry.
Right.
Never poor and dirty. But,
Right.
I mean, we didn't have much.
But the financial situation started to change.
Absolutely.
And at a young age, you were intelligent enough to notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, it's a huge difference. And he was just always really good to me and my brothers.
Yeah.
Like, he was like a wonderful example of a father. Although he wasn't my biological father,
Right.
he taught me so much.
Right.
There's things to this day that I remember as a little girl that he would say to me that I bought into my adulthood.
Wow.
I remember being a kid and he's like, go to college, go to college. When I wanted to make a dress or, you know, put some fabric on my vest, or he was like, do it.
Right, right.
You know, and I'm like, oh, great.
Wow.
The love and the support. And I'll never forget, I had a conversation with him as an adult. And I'm like, why did you, my mom had 5 kids when she met my stepfather.
Wow.
Why did you, he's single, no kids. Why did you choose this life? And he's like, because y'all needed me.
Oh my God.
Because y'all needed me.
Can we pause real quick? I want the audience to understand something, because there's a lot that we can unpack here. We're talking about a woman who went from a single parent household with 5 children to a well-to-do gentleman who, like you said, he could have went in any direction.
He could have went any direction.
He could have went with a woman that had no kids.
Yeah.
But he chose to insert himself in the situation because he felt like he needed to be the leader in that situation. That's powerful. That's a man of God, number one.
Absolutely.
That's a man of God. Tell me, what was have you had the opportunity to talk to your mom, just you and your mom, about that situation and what it meant to her?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, my mom, when she met my stepfather, I don't think it was a situation where she's like, oh, I need this man. You know, I have these 5 kids. Like, I need help.
Right.
You know, I think she was just who she was.
Mm-hmm.
She was open and honest about everything that was going on in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think their connection is what made him, and even his connection with us, because he didn't come in and say, oh, I'm only going to deal with you. He's like, let me talk to the kids. Let's hang out. Let's do some stuff.
Right.
We're going to restaurants. And I mean, he's building this relationship not only with my mother, but with us as well.
Right.
And I think that's what made her say, okay, I choose you.
She fell in love with him because how he treated you.
Yeah.
And the rest of the children, he treated as family.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And didn't miss a beat from day one.
Wow.
From day one. And I think the fact that he treated us that way is what made her say, yeah, I want him. Yeah.
Wow.
You know? So just having those conversations with her, they were definitely deep and emotional conversations, but it made me understand her.
Yeah.
And like even her past.
Yeah.
You know, and why her situation was what it was.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But I don't know. We had good conversations about that situation.
Well, hats off to your mom.
She's
because
amazing.
To raise 5 children is not easy.
At all.
It's not easy. And especially nowadays. And you always hear about, you know, households with one parent, usually being just the wife, the mother. And people say, well, you know, you can't do it. You got to have a man. You got to have a man. Which is a true thing. And what this show was, when he came in the picture and he led, because a man is supposed to lead his household.
100%.
It changed the dynamics of your family. And I want y'all to understand why it is important to have a 2-parent household.
Absolutely.
And it's not, and let me be clear, it is not saying that a 1-parent household cannot work. But what it is saying is the best opportunity for your children to have a well-balanced life and future is to have 2 parents.
I agree.
But in this situation, what we're learning is it transitioned from 1 parent, and that's why I'm giving my hats off to her mother, because she was strong enough to be able to take on those challenges of raising 5 children. But she had the discernment from God and the visionary to be able to come in and say, hey, I got to make sure that I got to make sure I'm letting the right man
Absolutely.
in the situation. Because here's the deal. A lot of women get desperate.
Yeah.
And then they take in the wrong situation, and it can have an equal opposite effect emotionally on the children.
Absolutely.
Where the children are being molested. Because let's be clear, those in situations like that, those children are not bloodline to that man.
Absolutely.
So when you think about the man coming in, there's got to be a certain amount of discernment for that woman to understand, is this the man that I can trust when I walk away? He's not going to molest my children.
100%.
So hats off to her, because I'm seeing a product now of her discernment and her strength and her godliness, God in her, for you to be where you are.
Absolutely.
Am I on the same page with you on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Which those were conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
My mother and I, you know, and she's like, I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful that I had the discernment to allow him to continue in my life, in y'all's life, which most importantly in y'all's life.
That's deep.
The impact in y'all's life.
My God.
There's 6 of us and we all are doing well.
Wow.
Nobody's in jail. Nobody's dead. Nobody's sick. We're all doing well.
Wow.
And it's because of his influence.
Wow.
With my mother's, of course, but
absolutely.
You know, he's like, you're going to college. Study fashion. You know, you're going in the military. You know, and the wisdom that he had and how he kind of like guided us. Maybe he saw little talents in us as kids. Like, you should, you know. It helped us. It molded and shaped us into the adults that we are.
Wow.
You know, and I'm grateful because it could have went left.
It could have.
It could have went way left.
And we'll transition in a second, Stefano. How was the transition with your biological father and the father that raised you? Did the father that raised you, did he feel some type of way? Did he give the space to the biological father that he needed to be able to come in and explain it and kind of rebuild? How was that transition?
In hindsight, I learned that the transition was not easy for my biological father.
Mm-hmm.
My stepfather never intended to make him feel away. He's like, these are your kids. Come get them. You know, spend time with them. Take them out.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever you don't do, I will.
Yeah.
You know, and he proved it.
Wow.
So he gave my biological father every opportunity to be our father.
Yeah.
So then it boils down to, oh, so you made a choice. Okay. But he made the transition. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was cool. And those were conversations that I would have with him as a little girl.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I mean, your father can come. He can come and pick y'all up.
Right.
But then it was the typical situation of, oh, so he's not coming. You made a choice.
You talk about your biological father not coming.
Yeah.
And your father that raised you, he saw that pain in your eyes at that point. It was almost like a letdown where he didn't show up. Did he have to come in and obviously comfort you at that point?
He came in, he comforted, he compensated.
Wow.
You know, he's like, well, it's your world, whatever you want, you know?
Wow.
And so, like, that made me feel better.
Yeah.
It made me feel loved. It made my brother feel better. It made him
Yeah.
feel loved, you know, because we do at least have an example of a father and the support of a father. Although it wasn't my biological father, but he's still that father figure.
Correct.
And he went above and beyond.
Yeah.
Above and
that's
beyond.
a blessing. Did you have to seek any therapy? Because it's nothing like your real father, right?
Right.
But I always tell people, what truly makes a father is what they actually do. Are they there to
Absolutely.
support, you know, because anybody can have a baby, but anybody can't be a father, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, did you have to seek any therapy to deal with internal things, or was your therapy your father that raised you?
I guess I would say I went through some form of therapy.
Okay.
It wasn't professional. It was more religion based. And that helped a great deal because you had no choice but to be honest about you know, a lot of things that had happened in your life and why you were molded into the person that you were at that time.
Right.
You know, so a lot of like Bible study sessions and things like that I had, I would dig deep into my past and my childhood, and a lot of that was the absence of my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why, and I hope I'm not going too deep with you.
No, let's go deep.
But the reason why I want to do this is because this is your brand.
Yeah.
And people need to know your story. And as you grow, you know, your brand becomes more complex and expands across the world. People need to know your story. They need to know what they're buying into. But it's not the product. You can go get perfume or fashion from anywhere.
Yeah.
But people need to know why they're getting it from you.
Yeah.
And this is what I hear a strong woman that has been through adversity and understands how to get through challenges.
Yeah.
And become strong. And more importantly, give a message out to the girls who may be going through the same thing. So my question to you, and before we transition, to the girls, the young girls out there that's going through what you've been through, what is your message to them on how to get through those challenges?
How to get through, you got to be open and honest and talk. You know, even if it's with a friend or a pastor, or you got to be open and honest, and you have to talk about your feelings, and then you have to choose the happiness. Because in that situation can be a lot of bitterness.
Yeah.
You know?
I like that what you said. You said choose the happiness.
You got to choose the happiness. I've been through way more than my stepfather and my father. I've been through way more than that. We're not even getting into adulthood, you know?
Right.
But a lot of the times to overcome things, you have to choose to overcome it.
Yeah.
Not stay stuck in it.
Right.
A trench, they might call it. You have to choose the
It's about choices.
It's about choices.
Yep. You can choose to stay in the negativity.
Yeah.
And just moan and complain. Or you could say, you know what? God woke me up another day, and this is another day I can be better than the day before.
Absolutely. And
people will say, well, why are you so positive? You know, there's so many things we could talk about to be negative, and you drown in that. Why drown in sorrow when I don't have to?
Absolutely.
I just don't have to. It's my choice.
It's your choice.
I choose to move forward. I learn from those opportunities, but I choose to move forward. I like the fact that your father who raised you gave your biological father the space. But did he get, I hope this don't sound right, was he jealous when he found out how close you all were?
My biological father?
Yes.
You know what? We never had that conversation.
Okay.
But I could see probably, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got married, my stepfather walked me down the aisle.
I was going to ask you. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Was that, did that feel uncomfortable for you? I mean, what was that? Okay.
It did. We did talk about that.
Okay.
You know, but he raised me, you know.
Right. You got to give him that glory.
You have to, you know, and in my eyes at that time, that was appropriate.
Yeah.
That was my father.
Yeah.
You know, he did everything for me ever since I was a little girl. When I went to prom, my dad bought my dress and he took me to get my hair done and my nails done, and he bought the limo, and
wow.
You know, when my first day of college, my bedding and groceries and everything, my father purchased it all, and he and my mother took me to Norfolk State.
Yeah.
You know, my stepfather.
It's interesting, and I want to leave a message before we transition. Men, this is a message to you guys. For those who are not involved in their children's lives, get involved. Because here's the deal. You have a huge impact.
Absolutely.
On the life of your daughter or your son. And you may not see it now, but it's almost like getting in a car accident. I never forget, I got in a car accident about maybe 15 years ago. It was a fender bender. I never went to the doctor. I never got anything done. I didn't feel any pain. I was fine at that point. Years later, I still have neck pain now.
Yeah.
And if I had got the therapy that I needed back then, I wouldn't have the pain now. So what my message to men are, step up and be men. Even if you're not in a relationship with the women, don't hold that against the child that you chose to bring in this world.
Yeah.
Because it goes a long way. There's a lot of pain and strife. So let's get in a little bit about your adulthood.
Yeah.
Fast forward. Talk about some of the challenges and the transitions now that you're an adult and now you're out in the world now. What are some of the things that you had to overcome challenge-wise?
Divorce.
Okay.
The industry and wanting to do certain things in the industry and not being able to because I'm a black woman. Having children out of wedlock. Some of my challenges, you know. But again, like we said earlier, you got to choose to get through that.
Correct.
You know, and the reason why I collect fragrances and I do what I do in the fragrance industry is because it helped me get through postpartum depression.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard. So talk about that.
I had my first daughter at 34, and then I had my second daughter. I have two babies. I had my second daughter at 35. They were back to back. I'm thinking to myself, oh gosh, I'm older. You know, I need to get these babies out.
Right,
you know, I had been married before, so marriage again wasn't something that I was like too crazy about. So in my mind, it made sense to you. I'm in love. I'm in a relationship. I think I'm ready for motherhood.
Right.
You know? And so I had my babies very close together. And it was tough. It was tough being a new mother with two babies and honestly a failing relationship.
Right.
You know? I would be nursing one baby and hey, you stop, sit down, like.
And you felt like you didn't have the support on the other side that you needed in that rough time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. It was rough, and you can only lean on mom and your bestie, but so much, again, those two parents in that household, it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Means a lot, it balances.
Yeah.
But in my situation, there wasn't balance. Like, it was heavy. A lot of it was on me.
Wow.
And so I started to go down like a spiral, a very negative spiral.
Wow.
Again, what we choose,
Yeah.
And so I was just so much in my situation in my head. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? Why am I here? What did I,
Right.
And so I wrestled, I struggled mentally.
Wow.
At that point in my life.
Did you, at any point, did you want to just give up?
Probably every day.
Yeah.
But I knew I had something to live for, which was those two little girls.
There you go.
And I have a great family and a plethora of friends that love me, that care about me, that adore me.
Right.
Nah, I can't give up.
Right.
I couldn't.
Talk to us about, you said the perfumes helped you through that. How was that?
Is it a box of tissues over here?
we can get it. We can get it.
Because this was probably at the time where like this light bulb went off. It was probably one of my darkest times in my life. Like I said, I'm battling postpartum depression. And when I tell people you have to have people in your life that love you and care about you and that can see you, it's very important, because I'll never forget my best friend. I got 2 babies. I feel fat. I'm ugly. I'm like, this is really where I was mentally.
Right.
And she's like, Kina, you know what? We're going out. Get dressed. We are going out. My best friend to this day, she saw me, the pain that I was in. And she's like, get dressed. We're going out. So I'm like, oh, gosh, all right. Probably can't fit anything, but whatever. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get out the house, And I'll never forget, I got dressed and I go to my dresser, and I got a little collection at this point, and I grab Versace Crystal Noir. And I spray it on. Then I throw it in my purse. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make sure I smell good tonight. So I threw it in my purse, put my purse in my car, and I head to the party. Pull up, spray a little bit more on. Then I get out of the car and I meet my best friend. And she's like, ooh, girl, you smell good. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I look good.
Right.
I smell good, but I still don't feel good.
You didn't feel good.
You know, just like I was still battling emotions from being depressed. And so I got a compliment on my fragrance. Okay, all right. So now I'm kind of in a groove a little bit. I feel a little better. Let's go. Let's go get some drinks and let's party. Let's have a good time. And so we leave the parking garage. We go to the elevator. We get in the elevator, and the people in the elevator are like, somebody smells good. And I'm thinking, oh, that's me. That's me. Okay. Now we 30 minutes, 2 compliments in. Okay, I feel a little better,
Right.
So we get out of the elevator and we go to the line where they check the tickets.
Of course.
People in line are like, somebody smells good. Who is that? What is going on? And I'm like, okay, 35 minutes in, 3 compliments. Okay. So now my confidence level is
skyrocketing.
It was at 0 when I pulled up in the car. Now we're in line. They're checking our tickets. I'm at like 50. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Of course,
We get into the party and I got compliments all night.
Wow.
All night.
All night long?
All night.
Wow.
I'm at the bar. I get my little cocktail. You smell good. Now I'm at 100.
Hold on. Something clicked at some point. You're like, hold on.
Something clicked.
Right.
Something clicked. I'm in a good mood now.
Yeah.
I want to be here.
Right.
I want to be out. I want to engage and socialize with people. Bring it on.
Right.
You know? But an hour or two ago, I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
And now we're here, and I'm in the groove. I'm in the mood. Let's have a good time. You know, I'm feeling good about myself at this point. And so the next time I went out, I was excited about the fragrance I was going to wear.
Yeah.
And so it went from going out to grocery store. Okay,
Right.
I'm spraying a little bit of fragrance and, you know, put a nice little lotion with it, just to run to the store. And my confidence level went from 0 to 100.
Wow.
Let me tell you, I've never had the most engaging conversations in my life over fragrance with anybody than older white women.
Really? So you've been in grocery stores and out in public settings, and then you'll walk by somebody and a woman just get a whiff of it and like, hold on. And now it sparks up a conversation.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Wherever I go. And a lot of the times, like, and women compliment me a lot. Men do too, you know, but I get a lot of compliments from women. They want to know, what are you wearing? And then we start talking, and then we start exchanging Instagram information. And from there, I've built so many friendships through fragrance and Instagram. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Wow.
All types of women.
This is and Stefan, I want you to expound on this. This is for 80,000. This is a first. I've never heard of therapy through perfume. This is the first.
Absolutely.
What's your thoughts on that, Stefano?
I'm just engaged in the conversation. It's just amazing. And it's so much that we impact. We can go on for about 5 to 7 more hours, or we can go on for about 7 to more days. But unfortunately, we only have about maybe 1 hour for this interview. So I'm just curious about you, because there's so much that you impacted and you talked about. I'm just curious as to, and we got to move on because we can go on all day.
Right.
But I'm just curious as to the relationship piece of it. So when you had your children, you were divorced, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, are you still with the person that you had the children with?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So you're a single mom right now?
I am a single mother.
Not in a relationship right now?
No.
Okay.
Single
all right.
and ready
All right.
to
So
mingle.
we're going to tag on this just a little bit, and then we're going to move on. Okay.
Of course.
So your relationship with your stepfather was impactful. You went through that situation, and then moving forward, it took you to be 34 years old to even attempt to rekindle the relationship with your real father. And when I go into my final thoughts, I'm going to touch on some of the things that Moses talked about earlier that I'm real passionate about. But I do want to say that I want you to touch on a little bit about, you went through the situation as a child, as a young adult, and then all of a sudden you're in a situation where you're actually divorced. What was the deal breaker with you and your husband when you divorced? And I remember you talking to me about this a long time ago. What was the deal breaker with you and your husband when you divorced? And how we're considering how much your father had an impact on you negatively by him leaving, or supposedly leaving, when he separated from your mom. How difficult was it for you to divorce your husband? And talk to us a little bit about, because I think it's important for the audience to understand how you move on, because and I'm totally blown away about your entire conversation for the last 45 minutes. There's so much I can impact, so much I can touch on. But you talked about postpartum depression. Is that coming from the divorce?
That came from having 2 children.
Children.
Back to back.
Okay, so your depression was
failing relationship.
Right. So the depression wasn't from the divorce. The depression was from the having you were depressed by having the children.
Yeah.
You talked about a little bit about how feeling fat, not feeling confident, things of that. So okay, great.
Yeah.
So we impacted that because I was curious about that. Now,
Yeah.
Now, so the situation is right now. let's go back to the divorce. How difficult was it for you to divorce your husband, considering that you had a negative impact with your real father not being in your relationship?
Honestly, he divorced me.
Okay.
We were, oh gosh.
And I know we could talk about it all day, but touch on it just a little.
We can talk, but
I can see the emotion in your eyes.
He was a part of a religious cult, and it became, those situations in too deep.
Yeah.
He was in too deep.
Okay.
Wow.
That I stepped back. I wanted to step back from the religious part of our relationship.
Okay.
But I wanted to be married.
Was it a Christian relationship?
It was. It was a Church of Christ.
Okay.
And like we were actually leaders.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was a minister?
Well, they don't really have ministers. So he was a leader.
How was he a leader then?
We led a singles ministry.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay.
But I wanted my marriage. I wanted my relationship.
Right.
I just didn't want to be in that church anymore.
Gotcha.
And he said, if you don't come back to this church, I'm going to divorce you.
And he did.
And he did.
Wow.
Yeah, I stood on the way I felt. And it wasn't right.
Do you feel like he put the church over your, because we interviewed.
Wait, pause for a second. Pause for a second. Because I want to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So, you don't think that you made the right decision as far as not going back to the church?
I think I made the right decision.
Well, just a minute ago, he said, listen, either do this or not, and you decided not to, and he divorced you. And then you said, I want to be correct.
Yeah,
you felt like you made a mistake doing that. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
No,
Right.
I stood 10 toes down on my decision.
Okay, gotcha.
You know?
All right.
I wanted my marriage.
You did.
I wanted my husband.
Right.
I just didn't want to be a part of that congregation anymore.
Gotcha.
And so he's like, well, if you don't want to be a part of this congregation, I can't be your husband and you cannot be my wife.
What was it the congregation was doing to interfere with your family connection? What was that like?
It was kind of like the family was non-existent almost. It was like you're a part of this congregation and that's it.
Wow.
You know, everything else was worldly and secular and everybody was going to hell and like it was serious.
Wow.
Everyone walked, talked, thought the same. And anything outside of that, they were not having it.
So,
you know.
So you would have stayed in a relationship because you say he divorced you, right?
Mm-hmm. He divorced
So you would have stayed in a relationship even though all this turmoil going on with the religious part of it.
At that point in time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have stayed in my marriage.
Gotcha.
Because in my mind then I'm thinking, well, you can live this way and let me live this way, but we can still be together. It's not really equally yoked.
No.
You know?
It's never equally
It's
yoked.
never it's not. And so it was a mutual decision.
Okay.
We're going to separate and we're going to keep it moving, but he divorced me.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay, so and really quick.
Yeah,
so
of course.
you had said that you had a grudge against your real father, correct?
Mm-hmm.
When you first went in to mend that relationship, you were at 34. Mm-hmm. You actually didn't mend it. It took 6 more years for you guys to really get together.
Yeah. It took work in between that time. You
Really?
know? He's telling me I apologize and I mean it.
Right.
And I'm going to try to make it up to you the best way that I can.
Right.
And he did.
Right.
And now we have a great relationship.
Right.
You know.
So you don't have a grudge against him anymore.
Not anymore. I forgave him.
You forgave him.
I forgave
Okay.
him for
That's
myself.
what I want to get to.
First and foremost.
Gotcha.
For myself.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's
That's
like
good.
the
That's
fog
good.
is out of the way. Now I can really enjoy the relationship that he and I have now. It's never too late.
And that's beautiful. And I want the audience to know that if you have grudges and you have hate in your heart, at some point you got to let that go.
You got to let it go. Again, it's all about the choice.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I hate him. He was and he never ended
Right.
up. No, my heart is too full of love
Right.
And one thing that I always want to do is love fiercely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Whether it's my absent father, my baby girls, my friends, my family, I'm going to love you regardless.
Okay.
I have the heart to forgive because I had the conversation with him and I understood some of his trials and tribulations.
Got it.
You know?
Yeah.
I can empathize. Okay. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
But okay, I get it. I get it. Now let's move forward.
Let's move forward.
Yeah. Again, a decision.
Yeah.
We can move forward from this. And now we have a great relationship.
Wow.
Yeah, and my daughters know him. And
I was going to ask you about that. What was the connection with your daughters?
Yeah, they love their grandpa.
Nice.
You know, he
Very
comes
nice.
over with gifts and Christmas cards and birthday cards. And, you know, like he told me that he was going to prove to me. And he stood on his word.
Yeah.
I can only respect that.
But you know what? I think a lot, and I know we got to get ready to go, but I think a lot.
And we're going to try to bring you back.
We're going to have to
try to do a part two.
Listen, guys.
I would love to.
We're going to have to do a part two.
Let's do
there's
it.
so much that I want to go to. And I know me and Stefano can get into.
Yeah.
But for sake of time,
Yeah.
I think just learning about your life and what you went through and when you got with your father at 34, and I could be wrong, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think a lot of what attribute to how he reacted, because like we talked about, the main idea is all about choices.
Absolutely.
You make a choice. I think you helped him make the choice that he made because you emulated the life that he wasn't expecting to see.
Yikes.
From him exiting to come back and say, wow.
Yeah.
And in the same token, he may have not said this to you, but I can almost guarantee he probably sat back and said, my God, I created this beautiful human being
Yeah.
who I let go for over half my life. So you helped in that.
Yeah. And that was the goal, to be open, of course, gut level honest. I'm going to get some things off my chest too. We're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see him. I wanted to understand him.
Yeah.
Because how else can we move forward?
Yeah.
And he's putting in the work. I'm going to put in the work too.
There you go.
I'm going to help you along. And you can help me along with my heart
Yeah.
and forgiving.
Wow.
And he did just that.
How old are your children?
My babies are 7 and 8.
7 and 8 right now.
Beautiful.
7 and 8. All right,
Beautiful.
cool. So, and we're gonna play a game. We're gonna play a game. But I have so much. I have so much I want to talk about, but we cannot do it in this episode. But we're gonna play a game really quick. But I got to ask a 2-part question really quick.
Okay.
So you have 7 and 8, right?
Yes.
7 and 8 this is a 2-part question.
Okay.
Okay. First question is, and I want you to make sure you're listening.
Yeah.
All right. First question is your baby daddy in your children's life right now?
Yes, he is.
Second part of the question.
Okay.
Second part. It's a 2-part question.
Okay.
Is he in there? Is it in their life? And considering everything that you've impacted over this conversation, is he in their life the way you would want him to be?
No. Okay. No. Because if he was in their life the way I wanted him to be, we would have a family.
Oh, wow.
You know, one thing I'm always going to do is give a person a choice. I'm going to give you the leg room to make a choice.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah. Is that difficult for you to deal with, considering everything
It
that
was.
But now it's easier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's easier. It's easier because one thing that I've learned, and this came with like self-care and self-help and things like that, you can't let people dictate you.
No. Oh my God. Say it again, please.
You can't let people dictate you. Again, it's all about a choice. I could be in a funk. You nothing. You did. I can be that.
Yes.
I could be that person, but I choose not to be.
Yeah.
I choose so much peace because of the times in my life where there wasn't peace.
Yeah.
Now all I want is peace.
Yeah.
So when you come into this vicinity, that's what you're going to get.
Right. Yeah.
And you're not going to have no choice but to exude
Yeah.
peace.
I love it.
Well, I'm over the drama. I don't want it anymore. So
in most cases, especially baby mamas.
I hate that word. Baby mama, baby daddy. He's my child's father.
There you go. Let's change it up.
Most cases,
Let's change it up.
In most cases, with baby mamas and baby daddies, in most cases, they make it hard for it. Does he want that? They make it. If he was here right now, would he say, "You know what? She is full of shit."
He would be like,
she makes it hard. She makes it hard for me to be a part of my children's life. Would he say that?
He would be like, "That's the best woman that I've ever encountered in my life."
Okay. I love it.
No,
okay,
really.
great. Okay.
He wanted to come back after we split. I wouldn't let him.
Why?
I'm on a different level. I've experienced you. I don't want it.
Greatest all time. Let's play this.
My experience of you, I'm good.
But you just said though, if he was a better father, basically, then y'all would be together.
Not if he was a better father. If he was a better man. For me.
Because that has to come first. So
gotta come first.
That's gotta come first. And the thing of it is love me. Love my children as me, full package.
Talk about it.
Full package. Because it's kind of like, and I told somebody, that, and I know we got to get ready to go, but I'm going to be quick. We can go, but so this is
a life, a life conversation.
88,000, exclusive. Yeah. We getting busy today. Right. So here's the deal. Right. And I told somebody this. If I'm in a relationship and I'm beating my wife, and I'm raping my wife. And I'm sorry, audience, for being so grab, but I got to give it to you raw.
You got to give it to him raw.
But I make $250,000 a year. I'm driving a Bentley. We got a 5-6 bedroom house. We got money for days. We go on vacations 3 times a year. And my kids want for nothing. Does it excuse how I treat my wife?
It does not.
If we have a president, and I'm going to go even further because I'm getting a little emotional about this piece. I want you guys to listen closely.
Yeah.
If we got a president who is saying, I'm going to put more money in your pocket, I'm going to make sure you got more jobs, but at the same time, he has a different, and I'm not naming no names, you guys read between the lines. He has a different message for a different group who has melanin in their skin versus who doesn't have melanin in their skin. Do I want that to be my president who's not for all people because we have more money?
Yeah.
So are we driven on commerce? Or are we driven on how people treat you, how people love you, how people see you emotionally, how people see your culture, how they embrace you, how they build the emotional connection?
Absolutely.
What is more important? Because at the end of the day, 80,000 is about, do you want 80 years on earth or do you want 80,000 years and how your legacy, what you mean to people, what you leave on people, the impact of people. Because at the end of the day, when you leave this earth, you cannot take $100,000 with you. You cannot take a mansion with you. Yeah. You cannot take a car with you. You can't take 401ks with you. You can't take vacations with you. The only thing you could take when you leave this earth, we are all equal 6 feet in the ground. At that point, you start from ground zero and God looks at your heart.
Ooh.
So I don't care what you got.
Right.
If you can't treat me like how what God has set out in the holy book, I don't want to hear about your riches because God said when you leave this earth, you're going to have 100-fold times whatever your greatest dream was. So what is more important? And it sounds like to me what you're saying is if you can treat me like a woman that I deserve to be treated, then we can have a conversation. But none of your money, none of your cars, none of your embellishments will ever overshadow what you make me feel in my heart.
100%. And I didn't work. That's how I built my event planning business. I didn't work. I stayed home with my babies. And he afforded me a great lifestyle.
But was that enough?
It wasn't enough.
There you go. So let's go ahead and get into your top the game. And then we're going to get into 88,000. Let's go ahead. And we got to do a part 2.
Let's do it.
We got to do a part.
Amazing.
Go ahead, Stefano.
All right, greatest of all time. And this is overall impact. This is what they did for the culture. And this is, their overall catalog and everything put together.
Full package. Full package.
All right. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Greatest of all time. Christian Dior, Coco Chanel, Ralph Lauren, or Giorgio.
Coco Chanel. Coco Chanel.
Why? Why?
Hands down.
I'm curious as to the answer to this. Why?
Listen.
Wow.
I believe that Coco Chanel is the greatest of all time.
Really?
For one, her rough upbringing. She grew up poor with nothing.
See?
Wow.
She started sewing little black dresses.
Wow.
In France, little black dresses. So to come from nothing and take a brand and make it something so amazing and on the level and the scale that Coco Chanel has, that's legendary.
Okay.
Wow.
People talk more about her brand. I mean, Giorgio Armani, yeah.
I'm about to say, but okay.
To own a Chanel bag?
Yeah, Chanel's
Woo!
exclusive.
Yes.
To walk into a Chanel store
Yes.
and experience a purchase, even if it's a little wallet or a pair of earrings or what, you feel like luxury.
Yeah.
And she's always given that persona, even when she was poor making dresses.
Wow.
I watched her movie.
Okay.
I read her story.
Yes.
Huge influence on the fashion industry
Gotcha.
across the board.
Okay.
She came before a lot of the other designers.
Okay.
A goat.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Coco
yeah.
Chanel. All right. Greatest of all time. Out of these 5 people,
Okay.
they get to try on your fragrance,
Okay.
and they let you know exactly how they feel about it. Okay.
Okay.
Greatest of all time. All right. Oprah Winfrey, Coco Chanel, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce.
Woo! Why you had to do it to her like that?
Can I pick all of them?
No, you can only pick one.
Full package.
You can only pick one. No, you can only pick.
Oprah might like this one. Beyonce
You
might
can
like this
only pick
one. Who's gonna
one.
have the biggest influence?
You can only pick one. No, this is not the biggest influence. This is they're gonna try on your fragrance.
Okay.
You have an opportunity to get a fragrance deal. You have an opportunity for them to invest in you. Out of those, who would you pick? Greatest of all time.
I got to invest in me. I gotta go with Oprah.
Really?
Oprah, okay.
Why?
I gotta go with Oprah.
Go ahead, why?
I just kind of feel like, I mean, when it comes to like business savvy,
I love it.
influence, we gotta say,
Yes.
just across the board.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Oprah's opened more doors for people than any of those people you listed.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
That's an argument.
Yeah. So open the door for me, Oprah. So I'm gonna go with Oprah. I personally think she probably has the biggest influence.
Okay. All right. Greatest of all time. And we're just talking high school.
Okay.
That's it. We're just talking high school.
Okay.
All right. We're not talking of anything outside of high school.
Oh my God.
You got it?
Okay.
You got it? All right. Greatest of all time. Michael Vick,
Uh-oh.
Allen Iverson, Ronald Curry.
I'm gonna say Michael Vick.
Really?
Michael Vick? Oh, wow.
Are you partial because you went to Ward? Okay, why?
He hails from
Why?
my neck of the woods, downtown Newport News.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
You
All right. He coaches at Norfolk State.
Yep.
Coaches at Norfolk
Shout out to Norfolk State. Shout out to
He
Norfolk
walked
State.
those halls of Warwick High School.
He did.
Yes,
What
he
was that
did.
like?
He's older.
He's older.
I
Okay.
think I may have been a freshman. He may have been
Okay.
coming
Okay.
out.
All right. all right.
But I do know Tamika, that he has his first kid with.
Yes.
Okay.
And his wife Kiafa.
Right.
Amazing, beautiful.
Yep.
Just across the board. I'm a little
You
biased.
gonna pick Mike Vick?
I'm picking Vic.
Okay.
First time.
He's
love
just
it.
winning, and I think his wife is amazing. So.
Okay, she is.
Yeah, she is.
I just,
beautiful,
she's a dope
stylish,
person.
everything.
She's a dope
so
person.
that's the icing on the cake.
we actually thought you were going to say Ronald Curry because he's been the all-time favorite in the greatest of all-time selections.
Really?
And I actually just found out Ronald Curry is my cousin. So
Ooh.
I
come
just
on,
found
cousin.
Yep. So,
So you would probably pick him, right?
Ronald Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because just being biased now, that I found
Being biased.
but but dope answer. What else you got? Rick?
Greatest of all time. All right. And we're talking about overall impact, everything put together. All right. And then we just straight love story. Okay.
Okay.
Brown Sugar. Why Did I Get Married? Love Jones.
You
Love Jones, hands down. You did that.
Love Jones.
Love Jones.
Why?
Love Jones.
That's in my top 5.
Really?
My top 5 movie selection.
Okay. Is it number 1?
No, Dirty Dancing is number 1.
Number
Dirty,
1.
oh,
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick
Nobody puts
Swayze?
Baby in the Corner. That's my number 1 movie. Listen.
Oh, you know the lines. You know the
Then
lines.
my second one is Fatal Attraction.
Really?
Oh yes. Yes. Fatal Attraction. Yes.
That's my movie.
Oh,
Yes.
she kills it in that movie, doesn't she? With the
Yes.
rabbit in the.
She put the rabbit on
Oh
the
my
stove.
God, she went in.
She went in.
Oh my gosh, Fatal
But
Attraction is a
the
classic.
acting, one thing that made me appreciate that movie was the acting.
Yes.
Really?
And this is a movie
You don't
in
get
the
it like that
80s.
no more.
You don't get it like
Oh
that
my
no
God.
more. Like, I thought Glenn Close was really crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
She killed that role.
She did.
She made me not want to test women
Don't
at
test
all.
women
Yeah.
because of her.
Man, when she
definitely-
when
she
she
made me-
sliced her wrist and everything
Yeah, she
like
made
that.
She made me not want to test women. Absolutely.
Her acting skills are on fire in that movie.
Fire.
Yes.
And then it's Love Jones.
There you go.
Okay. Love Jones.
I mean, Lorenz Tate is no eyesore. We want to see him on the
Gotcha.
and Nia Long.
Gotcha. Oh, she.
You know?
By the way, she killing it right now.
She
Leave her
is killing it right
Yes,
now.
she is.
She age has done her well.
Yes, it
okay?
has.
I'm watching
Okay.
anything the both of them play in.
Right.
Anything they act in, I'm watching it. But the story is so dope.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I love how they bring art and culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Friends.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
that's real. We
Yeah.
go hang out at
Oh,
bars
yeah.
or restaurants or
Yes.
whatever with our friends and our family, and we talk about people and we meet people. and
Absolutely.
It's just so real life.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And then you meet someone and then y'all fall in love and then y'all fall out and then he may and she may and then y'all come back together.
Okay.
That's real life.
Absolutely.
You know? And then you put in the poetry.
Gotcha.
You know, and
Yeah.
the homie that's trying to holler. You know, and a good girlfriend. Like,
Yes.
it's such a depiction of real adult life,
It's a
especially
great
when we're
love
young.
story. Great love
You know,
story.
we don't have kids, and we're trying to find love and balance
Absolutely.
and career. They put some of that in
Yep.
there. You know, so
Absolutely.
I love that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And this is in their prime. Last but not least.
Okay.
Now this is in their prime. Okay? This is in their prime, and they are not married. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You can sit down and have a romantic dinner right now, as we speak. And this is in their prime, so this wouldn't be at their age right now. This is in their prime.
In your prime.
Okay.
Okay. You got that?
Okay.
You got
I'm
that?
ready. I got
you got
it.
that?
In their prime.
And you got to you can only choose one.
Okay.
You can only choose one.
All right.
Barack Obama, Lorenz Tate, Idris Abala.
Denzel Washington. Woo! I knew you was about to do that. I think I know what you're gonna choose though, but go ahead.
Go
You
ahead.
got to do me like this. In their prime.
In their prime. We talking Malcolm X Denzel. We talking
Oh, better blues.
Mo Better Blues Denzel.
Boy, that's old.
We talking Love Jones Lorenz Tate. We talking Barack when he first got elected. Barack.
Oh man,
Ooh, that walk.
man.
Barack's smooth.
Oh, he got that walk, man.
Right.
Gosh.
Right. Who you choosing? You can only choose
Oh,
one.
That's one.
Greatest of all time. And we talking overall impact,
can
money,
sit down. Okay.
handsome, looks,
Yeah.
swag,
Ooh, and I could have a romantic.
and you a
dinner.
romantic dinner.
Yep.
I'm going with Idris.
I
Really?
knew it.
I'm going with Idris.
Why?
I knew you.
Why? Why?
He's just so manly.
Okay.
Women go crazy over Idris, man.
And that accent.
I'm about to say the accent.
You know,
The
he's probably
accent.
gonna whisper some sweet nothings, you know. in that English accent.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going with
There you
Idris.
go. Wow.
Idris. And then he do that little squint with his eyes. And he's hot.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah, pause.
Well, Moses, go ahead with your 80 or 80,000 question.
We truly enjoyed you on the show.
Absolutely.
Thank
It was so fun.
Oh gosh, this was amazing. It was a
Amazing.
great time. Listen, I was so nervous. I sat in the car for a second. I was like,
Really?
yeah, I had to get myself together. Like
my
I had to
gosh.
like even decompress and like this morning.
Yeah.
Like the nerves and the jitters, but y'all are so cool.
That's
I'm
what
gonna give y'all a round of applause.
Thank you.
That's what's
Because
up.
this is so amazing. The conversation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we
This is great.
believe it or not, we started about 6 months ago, 5-6 months ago.
Really?
Yep. So we really enjoyed you. It was a lot of fun.
Ew.
The only thing I regret is that we can't go longer. I got to pick up my
I
son.
know.
But our show is 80,000. And what I want to know, what the audience, what the world wants to know more importantly, what's more important to you? Day by day, 80 years on earth, just, trying to get by, or what's more important to you? Your legacy, your impact, how people love you, what you've learned, how you can teach people, how you can help people grow. What do people say about you in the books 80,000 years from now? What's more important, 80 or 80,000?
I'm gonna go with 80,000.
There you
Wow.
go. Why?
I would like for my legacy to be my heart, how I treated people, how I showed up for my friends and my family. So what? She drives a nice car and she makes some money and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But what type of woman was she?
Wow.
And then from my impact, there's my daughters that make the same impact based on their experience of me.
Wow.
So let's go with the 80,000.
80,000.
love it.
Let's show people love, compassion.
Absolutely.
Smile.
Yeah.
Say thank you. Be considerate.
Yeah.
Be a kind person. 'Cause you can be beautiful all day. You can be handsome all day, and you can have a stank attitude or be nasty, or you open your mouth and people don't want. No, she was not. But I want people to say she was cool.
Right.
She listened.
Mm-hmm.
She was honest. She was open.
Right.
I had a great time.
Yeah.
That's the impact that I want people to have of me overall.
Awesome.
And my daughters.
Wow.
Yeah, though they're a reflection of me already at 7 and 8.
Wow.
Beautiful.
My baby said, "Mommy, you a baddie." I was like, "What?" Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
But they watch and they see
And watch everything you do.
everything I do. So the impact that I want on this world when I leave is the same impact I want my daughters to have. She was sweet. She was kind. She was compassionate. She was loving.
There you go. Absolutely.
Not mean, stuck up, bougie, blah, 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 blah. Nah.
There you go.
Wow.
It's unimportant. It's unattractive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Love it. Go ahead, Stefano.
Well, I'm going to continue with my final thoughts.
Okay.
And we'll get out of here. I probably met you about maybe over 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation for about an hour or so, just right before you had started your shift. And even in that conversation, I saw a woman who had been broken. I think it's important for the world to know and all our viewers to know that a lot of times we can go through situations where we feel broken, and especially being a young woman.
Yeah.
I said, even back then, when men walked into the room, you were the most beautiful person in the room.
Thank you.
I believe that a lot of times we as men can be so, what's the word I'm looking for? Superficial. Because we can only really see the beauty that lies outside of you. And we don't never hardly take a chance to really get to know the beauty that lives inside of you.
Yeah.
During this conversation, we talked a lot about brokenness, about not having your father there, but someone stepping in. We talked a lot about being married and having to choose. And a lot of times, we as men, we don't make the right choice. I believe that your husband should have chose you, because the Bible touches us that, when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. And so I believe he should have chose you. I also believe that later on in life, your biological father probably made some choices, but he always should have chosen
you.
Absolutely.
You. I believe in life, and Moses touched about it a lot earlier in the conversation, and so did you, that we have choices. My final thought is always, always, always in your best way. Not only make the right choices, but choose God.
Amen.
And realize that he will always be the best choice.
Yeah.
We sit here today in this room in a conversation, just real talk. We got a lot of stuff out of the platform. 15 to 20 years ago, when everyone walked in the room, all the men would say you were the most beautiful person in the room. We sit here today and impacting your life and impacting your story and knowing more about the healing from your brokenness.
Yeah.
And when lies
in a conversation, an hour conversation, and we were open and honest and we talked.
Yes.
And you recognized that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, Kina Owens, you are still the most beautiful person in the room. Y'all make some noise.
88,000. There we go.
Woo! I love it. Oh gosh.
Man,
We're done?
Yes.
Look, I can sit here and I can keep going. Oh God.
Don't wanna be in love if it's not with you. Don't wanna cry that extra tear. Don't want to make mountains move. Let summer go, tell my skin to forget every little thing about you. Don't want to burden you, so I'm out. Tear my heart apart, tell the world to start acting normal. My mind feels unwell, break this awful spell. Hear me out, come down, so that we can lay still for a while. Hand me a smile. I know we've tried too many times now. Tear my heart apart, tell the world to start acting normal. My mind feels unwell, break this awful spell. How are we gonna fight if we can't stand up? How are we gonna conquer this? Show me a way out. Tear my heart apart, tell